If you clicked onto this video, that means that you're looking for a list of the top tier rogues to use in the new ranked mode that just came out in Rogue Company. In this video, I'm going to be going over each rogue and I'm going to be ranking them from S to D tier for attacking and defending, and I'm going to do a deep dive as to why they fall into the position that they fall into. If you want to catch all my videos, make sure to go ahead and hit that sub button, and let's go ahead and jump right into the video. The first rogue that we need to talk about is going to be Dahlia. Dahlia is one of the strongest rogues in the game right now. Danger close is going to be vital and competitive. Being able to link to a person and res them when they go down can change the flow of a round quickly. And the fact that danger close has a 30-meter radius, you can revive your teammates from behind cover or while providing covering fire. Dahlia also has the new perk Lifeline, which brings your revive timer down to 2.5 seconds. Dahlia forces the enemy team to play more aggressively to secure downs because they know if they don't push, Dahlia is going to have her team back up and ready to fight within seconds. Buddy system allows for a ton of versatility on a ranked team, allowing you to build a team that fits whatever playstyle your team is comfortable with running, whether that be aggressive, defensive, or tactical. Now we have to take a moment to speak about Dahlia's guns. She has the Objection and she also has the MXR. Now, while the Objection doesn't hit hard, it has the highest fire rate in the game, and time to kill is very fast, especially if you're up close on a person. So if you're playing a more aggressive type of game, this is an excellent weapon choice for you. Now, the MXR is a little bit more tactical. It is great at mid to long range. 3 headshots, they're down. 4 body shots, they are down. Very good weapon, very hard hitting, and very oppressive. Great for holding spots and keeping enemies at bay while your team may be rotating to help you defend. Another thing to add here are some of the perks that Dahlia has. We already spoke about Lifeline, but I also have to mention Tenacity and Cloaked. Tenacity is going to allow you to survive grenades, C4, Ronin's knife, or even Dima's ult, and this is just going to make you more tanky, have that sustain so you can stand and fight whether if you're attacking or defending, while Cloaked is going to allow you to remain hidden against rogues like Dallas or Talon. Giving the enemy team less information is always going to help you because that allows you to get flanks or just a better defensive position against the enemy team. All in all, Dahlia is going to be a S tier rogue for attacking and defending in ranked. The next rogue that we need to look at is going to be Ronin. Ronin is another versatile rogue that does great on attack or defense and will probably be a top pick for most of the top competitive teams. Now, Ronin's ballistic knife, even after the nerf, is one of the strongest, most versatile abilities in the game right now. The ballistic knife can be thrown directly at an enemy and deal 125 damage on contact, or you can use this ability as a tripwire, and if people run into it, 100 damage to them immediately, and at the very least it will alert your team of the enemy's presence. This will prevent the enemy team from getting a sneak attack or to jump on you in any which way or form. Ronin also has the best AR in the game, being the KA-30. This gun right here allows her to deal impressive damage at mid to long range and makes her the ideal candidate to be a counter flanker or to go 1v1 and force those engagements, because she will most likely win those gunfights assuming that you are competent in hitting those shots. Now, she also has the passive Underground, which is going to be so vital in ranked. This is basically going to allow Ronin to be hidden to reveal, so Talon, Dallas won't be able to just point her out to their team. They'll actually have to look for her, right? They'll have to find her physically. Being able to hide from the enemy team like that is going to allow Ronin to get some very good flanks, and with her kit, she can easily turn a 4v4 into a 2v4 in very quick succession. Now let's talk about her gadgets quickly. She has the smoke grenade and the frag grenade, both of which are very good. The smoke grenade is going to be able to block off sight lines and also allow your team to make a quick escape if they need to. Now, a lot of people don't know that the smoke grenade actually completely obscures you from view. I know that sounds self-explanatory, but it literally makes your person disappear. Their body, their name, their health bar, all gone. So very good for getting out of dodge and getting your team to safety. The frag grenade also has a lot of utility. It can be used to flush people out of their hiding spots or their bunkered down spots. It can also be used to secure downs, and if you're good with cook times, you'll be able to throw the nade and time it to where it explodes right on a person's head, which can get you an easy down. So both gadgets are very useful on attack and on defense. Now, the next thing we need to point out here for Ronin is going to be her actual perks. Ronin has tenacity and she also has replenish. Tenacity, as I said, is going to allow you to survive grenades, C4, any of these explosives that would normally one-shot you. So having her on a team just for that sustainability is going to be a big deal. And while replenish may not be the best perk for demolition, it is a amazing perk for catching people off guard and using that momentum, using that surprise to just overwhelm people, right? Because sometimes people don't expect you to just keep firing down, especially if they're not fighting a Lancer. Ronin brings much needed aggression, high damage, and pressure to any ranked team. So for that, we're going to say that she received a S for attacking and an A for defending. The next rogue that we need to talk about is going to be Dima. Dima is great for attacking a rank because of his grenade launcher. He's great at fleshing enemies out from cover and allowing openings for his team to engage. Dima has two of the best guns in the game. He has the KA-30 and he also has the Mamba, making his damage output invaluable to a team. His EMP grenade is great for shutting down rogue abilities when necessary, and his frag serves as another way to flesh out enemy teams and secure downs. While Dima doesn't have tenacity, he does have life drain and replenish, which both make him very hard to take down. Life drain is going to give him 50 health every time he downs somebody, and replenish is going to refill his magazine every time he downs somebody. He also has bounce back, so if he does take damage, he's going to be able to start regenerating his health in only 3 seconds instead of the normal 5 seconds, which will make him a terror to deal with. Dima's breaching ability and raw damage makes him a solid attacker. We're going to go ahead and put him as a S tier attacker and a B tier defender because he doesn't offer too much to stop an enemy push. The next rogue we have on our list is going to be Trench. Trench is pound for pound the best defender in the game and will be a boon to any defensive comp in ranked. His barbed wire is great for limiting the enemy's movement and narrowing their viable options of attack. Gadget Up also makes Trench very effective for ranked. Being able to hold 2 active protection systems, or 3 if you fully upgrade, can really diminish incoming damage from the enemy team. Trench works as a great counter for Dima's grenade launcher and any other nade that can be thrown at you in the game. Trench has the MXR, which places some very oppressive fire, dealing heavy damage to the enemy team, sitting at 32 to the body, 48 to the head. It will make a team second guess a push against Trench. Trench also has the improved version of Headstrong, which allows him to gain 25 armor and to be able to repair it as long as he has 3 seconds of downtime. Now, if you pair this with Bounce Back, which allows him to get his health back every 3 seconds instead of 5, it makes Trench a solid defender and a very hard person to get through or to kill on bomb site. This is going to allow Trench to be a defender that buys his team time that they need in order to rotate from different bomb sites. He's going to be invaluable for those top tier teams and ranked. For his defensive abilities, we're going to go ahead and put him at a B tier attacker, but a S tier defender. The next rogue we have here is going to be Talon. Talon is a top pick for rank because he provides superb vision for his teammates. The radar dart will put you and your team in a position where you will almost always have the jump on your opponents, which will allow you to win in more engagements, especially if you are in comms as well, which you should be if you're playing competitive. Intel and map awareness are going to be so important at the higher levels of play in ranked. Talon's passive Mag Glove is very underrated right now. It has so many uses if you utilize it correctly. An example that can be great for ranked is when the bomb is exposed. If one of your teammates goes down, they drop the bomb, Mag Glove will allow you to be able to pull that bomb to you from distance. This allows you and your team to be able to strategize a way to get to that bomb location, or at the very least, not have to play around trying to get the bomb from the enemy's clutches or trying to simply kill them before time runs out. Now, also, you're able to grab bombs, nades, and your own radar dart off the ground. Now, I say that this is so valuable because you can throw your radar dart to one location, realize that there's nobody there, pull it back, and then throw it to another location and fish around until you get eyes on one of or many of the enemy team players. Now, Talon is very good at holding his ground and being able to stand toe-to-toe with most attackers. He has Life Drain and Tenacity. Life Drain is going to allow Talon to get 50 health back whenever he downs a player, while Tenacity is going to allow him to survive any one grenade, as I said earlier. These two perks make it very hard to get past a Talon, especially since he knows that you're coming 9 out of 10 times. Talon is also a great pick for ranked because he has long range and short range engagement capabilities. His LMP is great at short range and even mid range engagement, while his Deadeye is great at mid to long range engagement, being one of the 2 guns in the game that can actually kill with 2 bullets. 54 to the head within a closer range, and even at long range he can still hit you for 50 to the head. So if you're patient and you can hit your headshots, you can deal big damage with Talon from the safety of cover. The last thing I have to mention for Talon is his C4. Even with the nerf, C4 can still be used as a good deterrent. It can block off pathways and make people second guess going through certain narrow high traffic areas. And if you're lucky and you got the hang of the distance nerf, you may even still be able to throw the C4 and get some cheeky kills. Now, with all that being said, Talon is obviously a great rogue for attacking and defending, so we're going to rank him a A-tier attacker and a S-tier defender. Next, we'll look at Lancer. Lancer is by far one of the most lethal rogues for attacking in Rogue Company. Her quick and quiet ability allows her to move at an increased pace, have near silent footsteps, and also be immune to reveal for a short time. Now, when you pair her ability with a competent team that is in comms, her flanking abilities can simply be devastating to the enemy team. At the very least, she's going to be splitting their attention, and worst case scenario, she's going to get a down or several downs, which is going to obviously give your team the advantage. Her passive Elusive combined with Life Drain can allow Lancer to gain so much momentum, and if she can catch people in a 1v1 fight, especially if she catches them off guard, she's probably going to come out of that fight on top. Lancer has a auto shotty which can deal devastating damage up close, and her SMG is one of the better SMGs in the game right now with a decent fire rate and good body and headshot damage. The last thing I'll note about Lancer is her Semtex grenade. This grenade, if leveled up just once, will allow it to be thrown faster, and if you stick somebody, it can deal 250 damage, obviously downing anybody who gets stuck. But if the person also manages to run back into their own teammates, it can be devastating to the enemy team. Lancer has a lot of potential for big damage plays. Now, with that being said, we're going to put Lancer as a A-tier attacker because of the pure potential for her to deal big damage, but as a defender, we're going to put her B-tier because realistically, all she has is smoke, and other than that, she doesn't have anything to really slow down or stop a push. The next rogue we have on our list is going to be Saint. Saint's global revive drone can be vital on any ranked team. The fact that you can res a teammate while keeping behind cover or providing covering fire can place a lot of pressure on the enemy team. Now, Saint has fallen slightly out of favor since the release of Dahlia, and pound for pound, she may be the better healer right now, but Saint is still very viable. His flaw is the revive animation for his drone does take a little bit of time to get going, and aggressive teams will usually destroy the drone if you don't apply counter pressure. Now, he also has perks like Headstrong, Bounce Back, which allows Saint to have some pretty good survivability, and if you don't push him relatively aggressively, he'll probably get back into the fight fairly quickly and be able to get his teammates up. Helping Hand helps with this greatly. Helping Hand takes his res timer from 5 seconds down to 3 seconds, which will allow Saint to get his teammates up incredibly fast, which is just going to add another layer of pressure onto the enemy teams to get over there and make sure that they put down any person that they knocked. Now, with that being said, when people are playing hyper aggressive like that, they're usually more prone to make mistakes, and this is where Saint's actual damage potential comes into play. He has the Mark IV, which can put down some heavy suppressing fire and hits fairly well with 30 to the body. Now, on top of that, he also has the Mamba, which can 2 burst to the head and down somebody. So Saint is a healer, but he can also put down some very big damage. Now, to add on top of that, Saint also has smoke, which can be used to conceal his teammates as he's trying to res them or as he's trying to bounce back. And he also has trip mines to slow the enemy's approach. Saint's ability to slow the enemy approach and conceal teammates while also blocking lines of sight of the enemy puts him at a A-tier attacker and a A-tier defender. The next rogue we have on our list is going to be Dallas. Dallas is going to be a popular choice in rank. Dallas is great for playing the role of counter flanker and also gathering intel on an enemy's location. His incendiary grenade is great for zoning or halting a push, while his EMP is great for shutting down rogue abilities. Dallas has the Harem, which has a fair fire rate and deals decent damage, but what can be even more devastating if used correctly is his Devotion. 45 damage to the body or 2 headshots can take down your enemy. If Dallas uses cover wisely and plays slowly and tactically, he can quickly down enemies and provide more intel for his team with the recharge perk. Dallas is going to be a A-tier attacker and a B-tier defender. The next rogue on our list is going to be Chaac. Chaac has received a series of buffs that allow him to be a strong choice for attacking in rank. Stim Pack now lasts for 15 seconds instead of 7.5. Stim Pack gives Chaac 75 bonus health or the ability to res himself when he goes down. Chaac is great for forcing 1v1s or even 1v2 situations and trading or dealing heavy damage to his opponents, allowing his team an advantage in the overall fight. Now, he rocks Life Drain and Replenish. This will allow Chaac to stand and fight confidently, knowing that with each down, he's not only going to get his ammo back, but he's also going to get health back. The momentum that Chaac can gain from this combination can be devastating and overwhelming to an enemy team for sure. Chaac also has a kit that is good for getting right in his opponent's faces and putting in some serious work. So the Skull 6 is his shotgun, which has the potential to one-tap people, while his SMG puts down great damage at close and even mid-range. Now, he also has flashbangs, which allows him to push aggressively against those teams that are more campy and are already posted up in their defensive positions. Now, with all this being said, we're going to go ahead and put Chaac as a A-tier attacker and a B-tier defender. The next rogue on this list is going to be Vi. Vi offers the best zoning in the game right now. Vile Poison, if placed correctly, can absolutely cripple the enemy team while making Vi even stronger. If you pair that with her incendiary grenade, Vi can deal huge damage or effectively seal off a point for a short time. This is great for those more high traffic areas that you know the enemy team likes to traverse. Vi basically shuts those down and make those unapproachable for at least a short duration. Now, this gives your team time to go ahead and rotate and help you defend that point or go ahead and take out the enemy team. Now, we also have to talk about Vi's weapons. She has the Nightshade and she also has the Auto Shotty. Now, her Nightshade deals decent damage, but if you are not hitting your headshots, you're probably going to lose a lot of fair fights because the Nightshade is simply underperforming right now, if we're being honest. Now, her shotgun isn't bad. It can hit for 93 to the head, but it's not a one-shot and will lose out to the more powerful pump shotguns like the Skull 6 or the Arbitrator. And also, it's easy to outplay shotguns, especially in competitive. So something to think about if you are going to be picking up Vi. Now, Vi is going to sit at a C tier for attacking, but as a defender, we're going to say that she's an A tier. The next rogue on our list is going to be Anvil. Even with several nerfs, Anvil is still a force to be reckoned with. Anvil is great for hard blocking a point and narrowing the movement of the enemy team. He also totes the active protection system, which can help Anvil and his teams hold points more effectively. Anvil also has a hard-hitting kit. An upgrade to the Maw can put a stop to almost any push with its crazy mag size and decent damage, while the Arbitrator is a great choice for close range engagements to get those potential one-shots. Now, Anvil also has Tenacity, Headstrong, and Life Drain. So basically, he takes less damage from explosives, he gets the bonus 25 armor, and whenever he gets a down, he gets 50 additional health. So all great for having him stand, fight, and defend a point while his team is rotating over to help him defend or put an end to the push. Anvil also has helping hands, which is going to help him get his teammates up quickly, going from 5 seconds to 3 seconds. Now this is a big deal because Anvil probably wins a lot of those fights, especially he can make them close encounters. If one of his teammates does get knocked down, he will have the health, the type of resilience to make sure he survives the fight and make sure his teammates are able to get back in there and fight as well. Now if you pair this with the fact that he has C4, which even with the nerf is still very potent. Now while the throw distance is a little bit reduced, the damage a little bit reduced unless it's right on them, it can still be good for blocking off points or maybe even getting the cheap down from time to time. Now with all this being said, we're going to put Anvil as a C tier attacker and a B tier defender. The next rogue on our list is going to be Glitch. Glitch has a fairly high skill ceiling and newer players are going to be turned off by him, but in high competitive rank, I think Glitch is going to be a sleeper pick. So his hack ability has the potential to completely disable the enemy team's entire defensive setup. If a Glitch player has good map awareness and a competent team at his back, he can be a dangerous breacher that can dismantle the enemy's plans in 3 seconds. Glitch has the Skull 6, which can one-tap and deal fair damage even from range, and the LMP SMG that works well at close to mid-range engagements, dealing 16 to the body and 24 to the head. Glitch also has flashbangs, which go very well with his breacher role, being able to destroy enemies' defenses and then blind them so his team can push aggressively on that defensive position is going to be a boon for any competitive team attacking. So Glitch also has padded step, which is going to be good for allowing him to flank or to simply get into position to hack effectively, while headstrong and tenacity are going to allow Glitch to be able to have more sustainability and the ability to get into position more effectively as a breacher. Glitch is going to be a A tier attacker and a C tier defender. So next up, let's go ahead and talk about the new rogue Fixer. So Fixer is going to be decent competition for Phantom Spot in rank. Fixer has the new sniper, the Tier, which has a very fast fire rate. This allows for people to get those 2 body shots for 70 damage a pop in quick succession. So this is going to be a great option for those people who aren't confident in hitting the headshot, but they know that they can probably hit a body shot, and even if they miss, you can get that second shot off so quickly, you're almost guaranteed to at least get 70 damage on the enemy. Now, Fixer also has the new pistol, the Warrant. Now, the Warrant is probably one of the best pistols, if not the best pistol right now. So this thing rocks a 6.9 fire rate, 21 body damage, and a 15 magazine size. So crazy good. It puts down some very oppressive fire. After I use my 2 shots in my sniper, I feel very good going to this pistol and being able to down people. It is very, very nasty. Fixer also has the new item, the cluster smoke. Basically, if you fully upgrade this item, you'll be able to unleash 3 cluster of smoke bombs. This is going to act just like your typical smoke grenade. It's going to obscure people. It's going to hide their health bar. It's going to block off those sight lines and just make people wary about pushing in general. A thing that is a boon for Fixer here, though, is that he can also use his ability Thermovision to see through that smoke. This can be very helpful at holding points and making sure that people don't push through smoke. I also have to mention his passive here, which is going to be shrapnel rounds. Basically, whenever you hit somebody with one of your bullets, you're going to slow them down by a tiny bit. And I want to emphasize that a tiny bit. The slow isn't anything crazy right now. It's not like having them in a tear gas grenade or anything like that. So keep that in mind. But anytime that you're able to slow people down even a little bit is going to be a benefit in ranked. Now, one of the biggest things that Fixer has going for him is this combination of perks. He has life drain, headstrong, and also bounce back. These 3 perks makes him a very hard to take down. Obviously, life drain is going to be good. Whenever you down somebody, you get that 50 health back. But headstrong has also received a significant buff where if you can take 3 seconds, crouch down, you'll be able to hold square and repair your armor. Basically meaning that you can keep that 25 extra health all the time. If you pair this with the fact that Fixer has C4, which will allow him to block off nice choke points or high traffic areas, I think he's going to be an excellent choice for ranked. A lot of people are going to be looking out for him on attack, but I think he's going to be a sleeper pick for defending. He has the kit for it, he has the survivability for it, and he has the utility for it. For all these reasons, we're going to go ahead and put Fixer as a A-tier attacker and a S-tier defender. The last rogue on this list is going to be Phantom. Phantom is last because she has the highest skill ceiling in this game. She is highly dependent on players' skill. Now, I know some of you are going to say, well, that's every rogue, and you are correct, but not to the extent of Phantom. You can play Lancer at a decent level, you can play Chaac at a decent level, even Dima and Ronin without being necessarily goated, right? But Phantoms have to actually be at a certain skill level to be effective. If you can't hit the headshots, if you can't actually get those finishes, then you are not going to be effective for your team, and if anything, you're going to sandbag. Now, Lancer, Chaac, Dima, these characters kind of hold your hand a little bit. Phantom is the complete opposite of that. She puts a bullet in your palm, kicks you in the nuts, and tells you to get into the driver's seat, right? She is a hard rogue to play. I can't emphasize this enough. Now, with that being said, if you have good map awareness, and again, if you can hit the headshot, you can be a boon to your team. Phantom can dominate on attack or defense. She has grievous wounds, which is also going to allow the enemy team to not be able to play aggressively because they're going to be at a reduced health regen capacity, right? It's going to go from 5 seconds to 7 or 8 seconds, one of the two, that they have to wait to get their health back, as opposed to 5 seconds or 3 seconds if they have bounce back. And that can make a huge difference in momentum and player just aggression in general. She also has the nano smoke, which is going to provide vision for her team or act as a deterrent for the enemies to push. The last thing to note here is that she also has the frag grenade. Frag grenades are going to be so effective and competitive, especially if you have your cook time down. If you get somebody with the headshot and down them, the nade can be used to go ahead and finish them up and maybe even catch somebody as they are trying to res their teammate. Overall, Phantom is definitely a S-tier attacker and a S-tier defender, assuming that you have the skill to back up her potential. As I was editing this video, I realized that I left Scorch out, so let's go ahead and cover her really quickly. Scorch is a very powerful rogue. She has the highest time to kill, assuming that her overheat is being used. This ability can easily shred through a team if they are caught out of position, or it can be used to hold a corner, preventing enemies from being able to push, or at least being able to push easily. Her SOC is great at close range, but the arbitrator / replenish combination can be even deadlier, assuming you can hit headshots or allow the enemy teams to get close enough to get the body shot that can also hit for 100. Tenacity and headstrong give Scorch great survivability, allowing her to survive a hit from any single grenade and still have enough health to win most 1v1 gunfights, assuming that you have overheat on cooldown. She also has incendiary grenades that are going to be great for zoning and stopping the enemy push, while her EMP nades can shut down rogue abilities when needed. So for Scorch, she's going to receive an A for attacking and a B for defending. Now that you know who are the best rogues for attacking and defending in ranked, let me know who you're actually taking into ranked for attacking and who you're taking in for defending. If you feel like somebody should have been placed differently in the tier list, put it down in the comments and let us know what your ranking would be for certain rogues. As always, people, if this video helped you, make sure to drop a like and subscribe for more daily rogue code content. This is Orsa Course. If you made it to the end of the video, give me a peace down in the chat, and we'll see you next time. Peace, 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 peace. Peace.